Now, on a morning filled with options here in New York, Greeny with you and ready to roll. The football crew is ready to go today. Lots to talk about with Kimberly Martin, Jeff Saturday, Mike Tannenbaum, and we'll be joined by others as we go. But it begins with LeBron on the brink. Oh, this was ugly last night. Game 5, Western Conference, first round in Phoenix. Anthony Davis not playing, and candidly, neither were any of his teammates. Take a look early here. You're watching as the Lakers are just sort of watching as the Suns are flying in for putbacks and they're throwing balls away, and the Lakers in the first half were just an out-and-out disaster. And on the other end, it was Devin Booker doing everything, working through the defense. 18 in the first quarter for Booker, on his way to 30 to lead all scorers. Under 4 to go in the half. The Lakers are down 26 points. And look, we got no basket, we got no offense, we got no life. LeBron James just showing the frustration as we go the other way. The uncontested slam. Lakers down by 30 at the half. Largest postseason deficit of LeBron's career. However, not all the news was good for the Suns. In the third, down goes Chris Paul. You know, he's been struggling with the shoulder, and this clearly bothers him here out the Wesley Matthews box out. That is one to keep a close eye on, but it was by no means the only good news for the Lakers last night, or however you want to phrase that. LeBron would leave the bench with 5 minutes to go, and the Suns win it going away. It's the first time LeBron has lost consecutive first-round games in his career. And now another LeBron streak is in big jeopardy. He's a perfect 14-0 in the first round. Since the playoffs expanded to 16 teams in '84, the only players with better first-round marks are Robert Horry and Derek Fisher. LeBron is in trouble. Game 6 is tomorrow in LA. Let's talk.
Got our ass kicked. I mean, it's just that simple. They got to whatever they wanted to get to in this game, and we got to be better, obviously, if we want to force a Game 7. So, I mean, they pretty much just kicked our ass. I mean, there's nothing else really to say.
I mean, that pretty much does sum it up. Here we go. Kendrick Perkins and Zach Lowe. Fellas, good morning. And Big Perk, I have been all morning long as we prepare to come on trying to figure out what's the right thing to say about that performance last night. I'll give you the honor, Big Perk. What's the right thing to say?
The right thing to say, G, is that the Lakers need Jesus. Look, Anthony Davis can't save them right now, okay? And here's why. I know everyone is talking about LeBron James should have been really aggressive last night, but Phoenix are doing their job defensively. They're loading up and they're saying, guess what? The others are going to have to beat us. I could count several times when LeBron James made the correct pass and guys were passing up shots or not knocking down shots. And then defensively, where's Andre Drummond to protect the paint? This is where the Lakers are missing the Dwight Howard. They took him for granted. And Lord knows, don't get me started on Dennis Schroeder, okay? Mr. I'm worth $100 million, okay? You got to show it. You can't lay a donut in a Game 5 when it matters the most. When the lights hit the ice, you don't come up to perform in the biggest moment. So right now I'm looking at this Phoenix Suns team, the role players, the young core, Cameron Johnson, Cameron Payne, Bridges, all these guys are playing with the ultimate confidence while the Lakers veterans are sitting there hanging a goose egg and not showing up to the party.
So, Zach, I mean, I think he just sort of said a mouthful there. Everything that could possibly have gone wrong went wrong for the Lakers. How do you, Zach Lowe, explain it?
Yeah, the only thing that went right was that Kyle Kuzma finally came alive a little bit. Look, they played like a team that was discouraged, that knew it was a long shot to win without Anthony Davis, knew they had Game 6 at home, and thought, well, we can get that one and maybe come here and win Game 7. It was a horrible effort. It was a layup line. They got no defense from anybody. Perk's right. The role players, most of them all failed. Dennis Schroeder was awful. And LeBron, the criticism is right. I thought LeBron would have to come out and dominate the game, run pick and roll after pick and roll after pick and roll. Dennis Schroeder ran as many pick and rolls as LeBron, basically. LeBron would get switches, Devin Booker, friendly matchups, and just sort of pass off. And yeah, sometimes it was the right play, but the Lakers didn't need LeBron and make the right play mode. The Lakers needed LeBron and let me get 35, 15, and 10. And look, maybe he just doesn't have it in him. We know he's dealing with an injury. We know that injury tends to not improve with anything but rest. And so this is where we are.
And so go ahead, Perk.
Zach, what are you talking about, man? I mean, they're literally loading up. They're giving him no driving gaps. Yes, he's getting switches, but they're coming on a late double team. What do you? What I mean, tell me, what do LeBron James supposed to do?
When is any defense like that forced LeBron to be passive? When is any defense like that shut him down until the game was over and he started making a lot of threes? Yes, I agree. Phoenix's defense, they're helping recover, is amazing. They're packing the paint. They're playing well. The Lakers just needed more from everybody. It doesn't have to be about LeBron. It was everybody.
Oh, please, Zay. Please. If you go back and look at the history of role players that's been around LeBron James, even throughout his playoff runs when he was in Cleveland, when he was shorthanded, you had guys like J.R. Smith step up and come to the party who were able to step in and knock down shots. You had guys like Tristan Thompson who will come in and give you 15 and 15 at the center position. He's not getting that. And I don't understand.
He is not.
If they're loading up on you, what are you supposed to do? Zach, shoot over 3 people? That's what you want them to do?
No, but there were times where he definitely could have been more aggressive, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay, then let me turn to one other thing here, because there's another piece to this story, Big Perk, and I'm sure everybody saw it. Charles Barkley calling Anthony Davis street clothes last night and all the criticism. I'm asking you, Big Perk, as one who played in the league for a really long time, is when we juxtapose Chris Paul out there with his shoulder and Anthony Davis not on the floor, is criticism of Anthony Davis today fair or not fair? Big Perk.
It's not fair. It's not fair, G, because when you think about it, he's dealing with multiple injuries on the same leg. He's dealing with a knee injury, along with coming off a strained Achilles, and now a groin injury on the same leg. So it's not fair to Anthony Davis. And look, I know he has a history of being injured, but being soft, I don't see that. Last year, he dominated in the postseason. And to me, he's laying it all out on the line, so it's not fair criticism to Anthony Davis. And I don't agree with nobody saying that he's street clothes or whatever the case may be, because this man is dealing with multiple injuries.
How about you, Zach?
Completely agree. Hold on for a second. Did we forget what Anthony Davis did in the playoffs last year? And we're talking about a season with a compressed schedule during a pandemic, a guy with a leg injury and a knee injury and all this, and we're going to sit here in the media, dudes who have never played in the NBA, and tisk a guy for being injured in the playoffs? Come on. Anthony Davis has earned the benefit of the doubt. We have to be better than calling guys soft for reasons like this.
All right, that is fair. Let us leave that there for the moment. But, guys, stay in the bullpen. We're coming back to you shortly here off of what was.
Obviously, if we want to force a Game 7, so obviously a lot to learn from in this game, a lot to cover. See, what we got to do better going into Game 6. But, I mean, they pretty much just kicked our asses. I mean, there's nothing else really to say.
Alan Hahn, take your host hat off. Always directing traffic. Can you tell me how you really feel about his comments and about the way he played last night? Because you did have a little smile on your face, and I'm curious because I've heard you and I talk how you see it. I'm curious if you will let that out.
Oh, when we win, it's on me. When we lose, it's on you. That's been his MO his whole career. I mean, that's always been LeBron.
Reaching, man. Stop.
Well, that's not a
First
reach.
off, don't say y'all. I asked Alan Hahn.
It's also
No, when I say y'all, I'm talking about the LeBron haters.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about you.
I'm not a LeBron.
Okay,
See, again, for
But
the
he's not
record,
a hater.
I've never been a LeBron hater ever.
Well, I'm okay. So
I've always admired
that.
his game.
I'll
I've
scratch
admired
it.
his durability, and the off the court stuff goes without saying. But as a player, he's an incredible player to watch. But it has always been his thing that when his team loses, he tends to look around him going, we all need to be better.
Well, see,
but when they win, it's
I didn't take what he said as everybody else and not me. I didn't take that at all. He said we got our blanks kicked.
Yep, it's true. He did say we. That's right. But
That's not
it.
pointing
But
the
why
finger at
is
my
it?
teammates.
Yes, you're right. And I didn't think he had a bad game to begin. I just think he's definitely not playing at the motor at the gear.
Well, he is
that
a
we've
little.
seen him play at.
He is a little banged up, and there's something with professional athletes. At least this is what I believe. When you are relying on others to do their job at a maximum level because you're missing somebody, and they don't do it at a maximum level, it sucks the air out of you. Because there's only so much night in and night out, or week in and week out, that you can do carrying a team. I've seen it with great players throughout watching sports. There's only so much you can do. And at some point, you become, kind of just.
It drains your enthusiasm?
It drains your enthusiasm at some point. Nothing is going right in a particular game. And it's okay to have a stinker when you're great. It's okay to have one of those where it's just like, no matter what shot you can tell in the first half, LeBron James, I don't want to say it's probably the beginning, I think mid first quarter, maybe it was early second quarter. He drained a three from, 30 feet out. The moment and he drained it, went in, as soon as he got the ball again, he said, and he shot it with like 15 seconds left on the clock. And it just boom, right out of bounds. That told me right then and there, he feels he's got to carry this team right now. He didn't even give it an opportunity.
I got to get hot right now.
I got to get hot.
Well, they were also a 16-0 run, had that game already on the brink.
That was a lot, though.
He had 7 points at the half. He had 7 points at the half. Him and Dennis Schroeder had 7 points. I mean, Dennis Schroeder's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, there's a little issue going on there, right?
A guy that's going to get $80+ million to have 0 points in a critical game 5. Come on. I mean, that needs to be called out in a big-time way. I think the thing that you were looking for from LeBron last night, especially initially, he came out, he got a lot of passes going. The Lakers have never been they haven't been a great three-point shooting team. It's always been one of their questions, right? I think you want to just see him be super aggressive. Like, I wouldn't have mind last night seeing LeBron James have 30+ shots.
But every time that he tried to go to the cup, it seemed like to me they collapsed on him, collapsing down, made him give up the ball. So I would put that on Phoenix's defense that said to me, somebody else is going to have to beat us.
But see, Key, like last night was one of those games that I wanted to see LeBron James force the issue.
He tried to. Remember what he tried
I know, but do you
remember that one?
do you understand what I'm saying? There's something about, in these type of moments, and maybe he'll do this in game 6. Like, as a basketball player, yeah, I'm going to see double teams. I'm going to see triple teams. Doesn't matter. This thing's going up. And I saw it with Dame last night. You don't think they were double teaming Dame? You don't think they were trying to triple team Dame at times, like where, hey, the paint's collapsed?
The game is different, though. The game
I understand
for Dame
the game
and
is
LeBron is different.
I understand the game is different.
If they triple team Dame Lillard, he could pull it up from 30 feet and hit the bottom of the net on a consistent basis. Where that doesn't work for LeBron. Like I said, the one play where LeBron bullied all the way down underneath the rim, and he literally walked 4 or 5 steps to get underneath the rim, and then the ball came out. You remember that? And I was sitting there going, oh, my God, they didn't call traveling?
Yeah.
But see, what happens right now is, and I understand that the game would say, hey, it's difficult for LeBron because he doesn't have the same game as Dame. But it feels like what we're doing is saying, well, LeBron had his ankle, and, they were double teaming him. I just would like to have seen LeBron way more aggressive last night. That's all. And I watched the game. I study LeBron all the time.
I'm with you.
What Key's saying.
I'm with you, but
I hear what Key's saying.
What Key said's really interesting in the fact that
you're a Knicks fan.
I didn't say I agree with you. I said it was interesting, which is nice. It's
what was interesting?
The fact that your enthusiasm can kind of be squelched when you look around you and reality starts to set in, and you're like,
it's like, man,
yeah, no, this guy's hurt, and this guy's.
By the way,
I
said yesterday Space Jam 3, and people are like, oh, it's so disrespectful. I'm like, okay.
No. You again. Yesterday, you were right.
No, explain it to me because you got a break. You didn't tell me during a break.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, for those maybe that weren't listening yesterday.
Well, I just said that it was one of my 5 takeaways. I was like, it's Space Jam 3, like LeBron James.
Superhuman.
It has to be superhuman.
Oh, got it.
Has to be like
he said he's got to lead like
Duck and Tasmanian Devil, and it's not disrespect, but look what happened last night.
Lola Bunny.
That's a Looney Tunes.
Like
you got to be super.
But I'm
human.
45 years old. I can't do that right now.
Keyshawn J. Will Zoom, presented by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, they're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. So has one team gone from the laughing stock of the NFL to the most talented team on paper?